Hello YouTube, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to take a look at something. We're going to take a look at this little backpack. It's kind of like my storage backpack, which I use for keeping all my knives, moldy tools, etc. that I'm not currently using, but also just to have them in a format that I can grab it and go whenever I need to, and just basically have everything that I enjoy in there, including my knife collections, etc. It's just a nice way of keeping everything together. So let's jump down, take a look at the stuff on the bench, and you guys can draw your own conclusions as to how it's all set up. Hey everybody. So besides the usual everyday carry items, which I'll show you guys in a little bit, some people call these go bags. For me, this is just a bag where I like to keep all my little bits and pieces that I'm not currently carrying, and also makes it convenient if I want to grab the bag and go, and it's got a whole bunch of items in it which would be useful in many scenarios. The bag mainly stays at home. If we do go out, sometimes it'll go in the car, but most of the time it sits at home. Everything in it is pretty much there for purposes, uses, different needs, etc. So what we're going to do today is we're just going to go through the bag. I'll show you guys some of the kit that I got stashed in here or stored in here, whatever way you want to look at it. It's not complete. There's still a whole big pouch at the back which is completely available for more. So we're just going to go through them step and show you guys exactly what's in them. So what I'd do is I'd start with this pouch over here, then I'd go to the front section. In the next section, the third section, of course, not yet in use. So let's take a look and see what all can be stored in such a small little compact bag. Okay, so starting with this pouch over here, we're just going to open it up. Now this MOLLE webbing stuff here is quite nice if you want to attach other stuff to the bag. But anyway, so in here you got a torch, nice powerful rechargeable battery, etc. in there. Over here we got the CRKT Keramin. I'll still do a review on this knife. It's a neck knife basically, but it does come with a sheath that can be belt mounted. I've got a pair of really high quality scissors which could be used for shortcutting just about anything that you could use the scissors to cut, including Kevlar. These are actually Kevlar scissors designed for cutting Kevlar. And that's it for this pouch, so let's head on into the next one. Inside this pouch over here, some cable ties, some pens, nail clipper, some cordage and bracelet form, 2 battery banks, fully charged of course, so that ready to be used if needed. There's a magnifying glass and just some cables for the battery banks. That's pretty much it for this little front pouch section. So let's go inside the main section so we can have a look at my main sort of kit that's in there. Okay, so inside the main pouch, let's just get inside there, maybe open up a little bit more so we can get a better look inside this pouch. You can see there's quite a bit of kits in here. So Leatherman OHT one-handed tool stays in here. There's a notebook, there's a Pickwick driver, a really cool Victorinox knife, this is my little Kershaw knife, which is just really a small little cutter, can be used for various tasks, etc. Just a really nice little sort of collector's knife. I like it. Inside here we've got various USBs, MikroTik sort of devices and that for network hacking, whatever you want to call it. As mentioned, we got the notebook over here just for making notes, a bit kit which I use to extend. This bit kit over here is used to extend the Pickwick driver, Leatherman OHT as mentioned. And then in here, this is sort of like more of a storage for me. We have 4 folders, 2 honey badgers, 2 different blades. We've got the Boker, and then we've got the M-Tech, and then a selection of cables for networking or various tasks basically that I do sometimes perform every day. Lastly in here, I still need to review this, but we have a fixed blade which I'll do in a review pretty soon. It's a cheap knife actually, which I picked up at check a cent on the bluff, but quite decent nonetheless. And then right at the bottom down here, I just have some rag material and stuff to be used if you need to clean up something and that sort of thing. So yeah, that's pretty much it in this bag at the moment. As you can see, it's more for storage of items. The main pouch is completely empty except for a bit of cordage and stuff, which I'll show you next. Okay, so currently the main pouch can be opened up a lot wider, but I've got it set quite compact at the moment because there's nothing too much in here. In here we've got some paracord bracelets, etc. We've got a scientific calculator. We've got some cordage. In the back over here, some spare blades, etc. So nothing too fancy, but otherwise a nice compact bag which can be opened up quite wide. In fact, let's open this up and I'll show you the expansion capacity on the bottom of this bag. As you can see, the bag can be made a lot wider, but at the moment it's sort of, because there's nothing in that back pouch yet, it's sort of kept nice and compact. But yeah, that's pretty much it in this bag. And bearing in mind, this isn't the bag that I sort of EDC, but it's kind of like my storage bag. I still have my EDC multi-tools, which I carry different ones on different days for different tasks, and pocket knives, etc., which aren't in this kit. Things like the Spyderco, my portable Stanley knife, these, the fixed blade Gerber, etc. They get carried on me, different ones, different days, like I mentioned, so they don't go into this bag for the most part. Leading on from that, I do have my Wave, Super Tool, and Surge, which I alternate between for EDC. Of course, I still have my Spyderco knife, which is what I'm currently carrying, but I've swapped them out with the ones that you saw in that little knife holder, or various other knives from that bag. And I do have some new knives coming on order, probably in a week or two, which are going to be quite interesting for review. And the two particular ones which I'm really interested to review are the two Gerber multi-tools. I'm not going to mention the models yet, but they are coming up on review, which is going to be quite an interesting one because we get to compare them against the Leathermans, which is the only multi-tools that I've reviewed to date. I have had a Gerber before, a Gerber suspension many years ago. It was a nice little tool. I just found it lacking in certain things. That's the reason why I didn't keep using it and switched mostly to Leatherman tools. So yeah, we've got the OHT, which I keep in the bag. I generally, when I alternate between these two over here, they'll also just go in the bag for storage. This is the one I carry with me most of the time, but occasionally I like to carry the Super Tool. Surge less often. The Surge I tend to put in the bag that's with me. So that bag that you just saw is weekends, other times, whatever the case may be. I also have another backpack with my work laptop in and some work tools and tools that I use for networking and cybersecurity, etc. This will generally be in that bag. If not, if I really have to, I'll attach it to my belt, but it's a bit heavy, so I like to keep it in the bag. In so saying, it's not so heavy that you can't carry it on your belt. I've carried it many times on my belt without any issues. A lot of people just make a lot of noise for no reason. It's still comfortable to carry, but yes, it is a lot heavier than the Wave, so it is what it is. This one I'll generally carry most of the time, and these two from time to time. So yeah, that's pretty much it for that bag video. I'm going to prep a few more reviews on some different knives and tools, and yeah, we'll catch you next time. Cheers for now. Hey everyone, so that concludes the video, this bag. There are some few more things that I'd like to add to it, such as you do have this MOLLE webbing here. You can probably add another pack or two, compact EDC packs that you can clip off, etc., and some other things. But and then of course to fill the back with some, maybe some survival gear, medical kit, jacket, hoodie, beanie, whatever, gloves, just so that you got a little, actually there are some gloves in here I forgot to show you, but just so that you got a little bit of everything that you may need, all on you if you grab the bag and run. Maybe some MRPs, meal replacements, etc., some energy bars, that sort of stuff. So that pretty much concludes it. This is my one bag. I do have another backpack which I use when I am traveling to and from work. It contains a laptop in, whatever multi-tools that I decide to throw in there for the day, and then of course you guys know my everyday carry items being a multi-tool, 1 or 2 pocket knives, and that little Stanley blade, replaceable blade, folding knife that I use for opening boxes, etc., so I don't bugger up my blades on my normal folding knives, and of course the GoBafix blade. But that's it for now, everybody. Until next time, take care.